Come on and go with me. Come on over to my place. Will you do that, baby? I said, come on and go with me. Come on over to my place. Will you do that? Will you do that? Come on and go with me. Yeah, come on over to my place. What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review, what is this, Season 4, Episode 15 of Tyler Perry's soap opera, comedy, drama, The Oval, Episode 15, titled Deception. How y'all doing? Y'all been doing great. Thank you all for the birthday shout-outs. You know, January 19th was my birthday. Hey, happy birthday to me. I had a blessed time. I'm still having a blessed time. I'm celebrating. I'm still celebrating and doing great things. We'll talk about that in another video because that ain't what y'all came here for. But I do appreciate all the birthday love. I do appreciate it. And shout outs to my lovely subscribers because y'all have been holding me down. We getting new subscribers. Shout outs to all of you as well. We are getting closer and closer to 1K. Thank you. Keeping this channel going and growing. So with that being said, let me give my shout outs to my lovely people. My folks like Karima Khadija, Miss Tasha, Susan Stewart, Lamont Simpson, Quiet Guy, Anthony White, Nadine Harris, Kryptonian Black, the R.C. Kroger, Savannah, Tia Divine, long time no see, hear from, how you doing, Tia Divine, June, Penny, Atif, all the rest of you. If I forget your name, please forgive me. You know, I'll catch you the next time. But thank you all. Now let's get on down to this here review of The Oval. Okay, it started off with Crazy Jason and Alonzo discovering that Jason was in Alan's home, and the password clearly, what the buzzword, how he knew something was wrong, was when he said, "I'm here with Maria," and Maria is apparently Alonzo's mother's name. So I guess him and Alan must have had a conversation before where he told him that his mother's name was Maria. So there you go. So he's like, let's turn him into to Donald. Let's tell Donald. That's what Alan is saying. And Alonzo was like, nah, let's talk to him. I want to hear some things out. And something ain't right. I kind of believe him, what he's saying, that they switched his body with a cancer patient. Okay, so what is the family of the cancer patient, the child that's the cancer patient? Where's his family? I guess they're not in the cast, so we're not going to worry about that. But this whole switcheroo thing or whatever. So basically he's saying Alonzo believes Jason, but Alan does not. Stupid Alan, I keep messing their names up, forgive me. Stupid Alan wants to go to Donald. And I'm like, no, that's going to be bad because you know what they're going to do. They're going to kill Jason for real this time. So he says, listen, let him sit here. Let's have a conversation. Let me call Sam. So he goes on to call Sam. And of course, he didn't get Sam because Sam is too busy trying to make sure that his wife ain't going to get the drawers busted out with Muscle Man Bobby over there. So let's get on right down. Let's talk about that come on over to my place. That's why the song is dedicated to Priscilla, because she was pushing it tonight. So Bobby, like in last week's review, I was saying, I was getting disgusted. I said, are there no redeemable characters around here? Because I was saying to myself, where's his morals? You gonna sleep with this? First of all, you work with her husband. Y'all were trying to take down the president. Now you're going to take her down in the bedroom. I was like, what is this about? Why would you do that? But apparently Bobby came to his senses and he said, listen, this ain't right, sweetheart. You know, they pulled up. The music was dramatic. They got out of their cars. I'm like, what was with the dramatic music? I was like, what scene is this? They pulled up and it was her. She came over to him. You ready to go inside? He said, I don't think I want to do this. I don't feel right going into Sam's house like that. And also, Priscilla, what happened to you? You this mad? This is crazy. Y'all couldn't go to a motel or something if you're going to do that. Not that I'm condoning cheating, but if you're going to do that, why are you going to do it at the house? You know, But so he was like, listen, I know this is some kind of revenge sex, and I've been mad before because, he still heard about Lily. I've been mad, and I know you're mad. You don't want to do this, girl. That's what he's telling her. She's like, come on. And he's like, already handling it, telling her, listen, girl, I don't want to do this. Let's move on now. Let's chill out. Let's not do this. And here comes Sam. Get your hands off her. And this makes her get even more. She starts feeling on Bobby. And she gets so more, ooh. And then he's like, I told you, get your hands off her. And he said, here she go instigating. You gonna let him talk to you like that? And so Sam pushed Bobby. And then they got into this fight. I told you I wanted some action. So I was enjoying this fight. Bam, 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 bam. Sam got beat up. He lost this fight. He was no match for Bobby. And I was saying to myself, well, damn, don't you work as Secret Service? You can't fight at all. But then, as he was down on the floor, all hurt, he said, oh, it's my wound. I forgot he was wounded a few days ago. He was shot. So this is why he was unable to put up a good fight, because he's still wounded. So you shouldn't have tried to approach this dude if you're still wounded. But what happened to the dude you told that, the big guy that Jason got away from? I remember in the one episode, he told that guy, listen, I may need you to help me break somebody's legs. I thought he was going to bring that dude. But no, he didn't bring that dude. But he's down on the ground. Priscilla at first looked a little concerned when Bobby first hit him. But then after he was down on the ground, she's like, somebody beat your ass the way I've always wanted to. And she walked right on off. So I'm like, again, these characters, I guess she's still upset or whatever. But that was quite entertaining. Quite entertaining. Now see if I would have directed that, but I didn't. See, somebody always trying to what they would have did. But I'm just going to share this real quick. If I would have directed that right, he would have came charging at him. Bobby would have picked him up and slammed him into the car. Like it would have been a little bit more action. I just would have overdid the thing. But that's just me, Anyway, I thought that was a pretty good scene. Let's move on down to Lily in the hospital with the doctor and the police officer. And apparently the officer does know who she is. He said, I looked you up. I knew your name. I knew who you were. And that fake name you came up here under. And she's like, listen, take me out of these cuffs. They got her in cuffs. And, y'all, if you knew who she was, why you tackle her to the ground last week like that? Now she's all cuffed. She's like, let me go. As she's talking to him and telling him, the situation. In walks Donald. And Donald's like, okay, she's good. So we ready to go. And he's like, no, you're not. And Donald was like, you don't know who I am? And the cop was like, I don't care who you are. You could be the president for all I care. I don't care. She's not going anywhere until she's discharged properly by the doctor. And Donald pretty much told him, oh, you little cop, you're a dead man now. You just made your own funeral. So I thought all of that was interesting to see where all of that was going. Then we saw in this episode, Sharon and what's his name? Dale in the car. And Sharon is like, I want to know why Dale told you not to come home. Why he told you not to come home? What's that about, not to come back here? We're going to go over there and we're going to figure this whole thing out because something ain't right here. I don't like it. And this is when she mentions to Dell about her stripper named Bitchtopia. So I think we should have a prequel series of when she was a stripper named Bitchtopia, so we could just see Sharon up on the pole sliding. Let's give Sharon her spinoff, a prequel spinoff about her stripper days, because she was like, yeah. And so Dell said, did Kareem and did Barry know that you were a stripper? She said, did they? That's where I met them at. I said, look at that. He done met his girlfriend at the strip club. I ain't judging because I met this girl at the strip club one. Okay, it's not about me. Here I go, moving right along. But that was interesting. So they're on their way over to Kareem's. And now Kareem is there with his cousin. I forgot the cousin. Let's call him Ray Ray. He over there with Ray Ray. And Ray Ray's from the streets. I'm from the streets. And he was like, what took you so long? And Ray Ray's like, nah, man, I couldn't go to the regular store because they can be tracking me. Because, he's a big time drug dealer. And all the drug dealers on Tyler Perry shows are real stereotypical like that. So, and he's saying we gotta do it. Kareem's like, I can't chop up Barry like that. I can't do that. And he's like, well, how are we gonna get his big ass out of here? And I'm saying to myself, when was Barry so huge? I don't know, but when was he so huge? So they're talking about trying to figure out a way to get him out. Then they said, well, we could take his body, put some dope on him, and drop him over in the area with all the rest of the crackheads or some craziness like that. So as they're plotting to do all of that, a knock on the door from Sharon. She wants to come in, so we're left with that suspense right there. Like, ooh, what's going on with that? Another thing that happened in this episode was the president stepping to Victoria. She got off the phone. He said, who you on the phone with? Basically, tell me who you on the phone with. I have ways of finding out. And he said, is it Sam? Is it Donald? And he was like, you know what? Are you working with them? Did they help you? I need to know what happened. I know y'all switched these bodies. I need to know what happened. I'm the president. She said, you're just a figurehead. He said, listen, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. She tried to scare him up and threaten him. That ain't work. He's sick of her foolishness, so he's not trusting her or Donald. So now all of that is getting crazy. And so that's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. But now we get down to and one last thing. We had the whole Max and Kyle thing, and Max is still not trusting Kyle and all this, that, and the third. He don't want nothing to do with him. And then we saw Kyle talking to the other guy trying to track Crazy Jason's car. But let's get on down to the nitty gritty. My favorite part of the night was Miss Nancy and the Ragadooshies. Ragadooshies, right, y'all? Somebody said I said Ragadookie last time. I don't think, did I say that? The Ragadooshies. And I don't know these characters because I don't watch Ruthless, but it was Elder Mother and the Highest and whatever the other guy was. And they was all Ragadooshi. She had on her Ragadooshi garments. And she's like, hi, Richard, hi. Oh, and she said like 50 times how she saw her grandbaby and she's so big. Oh, she's so big. She got so big. She's so big. Richard was annoyed and pissed off. And she's telling him how the Highest is so nice and the coat ain't really like that. She said, well, at first, the guy pulled the gun out on me. But then they took me in here to the Highest and I just met him and Mother whatever. What was her name? Mother Ragadooshi, Head Mother Ragadooshi, and Ragadooshi this one. And, oh, it was just so nice. These people are great and they're wonderful. And I saw Ruth in there and I saw our granddaughter. And it was just fabulous. And I said, yeah, she done drank the Kool-Aid, the Ragadooshi Kool-Aid. You could tell she was drugged up because she was just too nice. But then they have the nerve to say they want to have dinner and they brought food and all this. And she's like, yeah, we going to cook in here and this, that, and the third. And Rich is like, I'm not fooling with this foolishness. And you little punks, when we went over to your little cult site area, y'all ran me off the road. The Highest was like, nah, that wasn't me. That wasn't our people. We don't run anyone off the road. It was just really weird. I was like, this Highest and this group, they're creeping. They were creeping me out. They had the nerve to be sitting there at the dinner table and all this. And that was the funny scene. They're eating and Richard was not eating. I wouldn't eat either. And did I write her name down? What did they say that Mother's? Y'all tell me in the comment section. I'm looking to see. Did I write her name down? Mother somebody. We just gonna call her Mother Ragadooshi because I didn't write her name down. I thought I wrote her name down. And they're having this conversation and the food's apparently turned out good. Richard said, I ain't hungry. Head Ragadooshi, the Highest, he said, told the lady, y'all please leave so me and Richard can have a conversation. Richard said to him, listen, I work in the White House. I know people will take you down. Mr. Ragadooshi, Mr. Head, the Highest, he said, let me tell you, I know where you work. That's why we're here. I'm telling you now, if your people, anybody from the White House or anybody else come on our grounds again, let me tell you what we're going to do. We are going to kill all the children, including your granddaughter, and put them on the grounds like that in front of the whatever. I said, what kind of creepy foolishness is that? I was turned off by that. Richard said, you threatening me? He said, and he said, and this stuff he said, you threaten me, don't threaten me. And he said, your son was just a warning, sir. And so that's when Richard was like, That wasn't no warning. What y'all did to my son, you nearly killed him. The highest said, oh, no, 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 sir. We actually did kill him. Now, you know these people crazy. If you say it that calm, we actually did kill him. But before that, what was this mess where he said something like, and I think one of y'all, he says something to, the highest says something to him like, you know, I'll kill your wife, I'll kill your granddaughter, and I'll have you come over and turn you out or turn you over or something. He said, turn you into something where you'll just be worshiping me. I said, I don't like how that sounds. That sounds very creepy. That's why I can't get into that show, because that show Ruthless creeps me out. And I was like, okay, that's weird. So when he told Richard, he said, sir, we killed Barry. We already killed Barry. I said, oh my goodness, how bold. Richard said, what you say? The guy said, one move, you touch him and you're dead. And that's how it ended. So now we got to figure out what's going on. So Ragadushis, y'all killed Barry. So one of y'all keeps saying y'all don't believe. I think Miss Tasha, you keep saying you don't believe Barry's dead. Is he in there asleep in Kareem's house? What's going on? And why did they bring him to Kareem's house? I don't understand that. Why didn't the Ragadushi just drop him back at Richard's house or at his own house? I don't understand why they dropped him at Kareem's house. I don't know what the statement, the point of that was. But I thought I was entertained with this episode. I thought it was entertaining. So that's it. That's all I have. Thank you for watching. Tell me your thoughts down below. What do you think is going to happen next? What's going to happen with Lily? We've seen in the previews Donald threatening to poke her in her gun wound and all this other stuff. It's getting interesting, and we're going to get to the bottom of this whole thing, I guess, because you know the way this show kind of drags on a little bit. But that's all I have for now. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next video.